What's up everyone, Chris Hughes here, and I want to kind of give you a brief overview of the CPO process for I'm buying a 2015 Tesla Model S 70D, and today is, let me check here quick. Today is October 26th. Now I first put the deposit down on October 22nd, and I previously had put a deposit down for another one, and then I guess some guy who works for Tesla called me and we kind of talked about it, and the car was a lot higher mileage, and there were a couple different issues that it had, so he let me know about those right away, which was cool. So I ended up getting a refund on the first one, and that was about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, where I went from like extreme excitement, and I'll overdub some like videos of me like screaming excitement from the previous process. Okay, so I'm gonna try to document the entire process of getting the Tesla CPO. It's just gonna be me dancing around a lot, I bet, because that's what I feel like is going to be happening. What do I say? I bought a Tesla. I don't know what to say. I'm so happy. What am I supposed to say, Sam? What do I say? What do I say? I bought a Tesla. I bought a Tesla. I bought a Tesla. I bought a Tesla. So when I put the deposit down on this one, I was still kind of hesitant. I wasn't sure that I actually was gonna get it because, you know, I guess I got my hopes up so high the first time that I didn't want to get all crazy and freak out again. And what's happened over the last couple days is pretty impressive, in my opinion. Like, it's gone a lot smoother than a lot of the videos that I've seen on YouTube. A lot of people have had nightmares. My cousin bought one and it took him like 5 or 6 months to get. And right now, I've filled out like all of the stuff on the website, like the like 6 steps or whatever. It still says I have to do one, which is the like setting the delivery. I'm down in St. Pete, Florida, so near Tampa, and the car is actually up in New York. I think Mount Kisco is the actual location it's at. So the last like 2 or 3 days I've been on the phone with my Tesla guy, and I'm not the most intelligent when it comes to like dealing with car stuff. I've had hand-me-down cars from my dad, and I've never purchased a car myself because I lived abroad for about 6 years and I didn't need one. Like, I lived in Indonesia and Bali, so I had like scooters. I lived in Costa Rica, just took taxis, lived in Panama, and my girlfriend and I have lived out of backpacks for the last like 4.5 years. So the whole process of like getting a car was new to us, and it's gone relatively smoothly because my brother's helped me out. He worked as a like GM of a car dealership in his previous job, so he's been able to like help guide me with the right questions to ask, the like specs to look at, all of this stuff that I wouldn't have thought about. And I do recommend speaking to an expert in that field when it comes to making sure that the process goes smooth for you, because without him I'd be full of questions and it probably wouldn't be going as quickly as it is. So today is October 26th and I had another call. So what we're doing is we're getting the cash to, you know, make the payments. We're waiting for the bill of sale, like the official one, to be put together. We got one, but there was something a little weird with it, and my brother worked in finance stuff, so he recognized this, and it wasn't like a flat rate that Florida has for their sales tax, so he made them like reissue another one to me, so I'm waiting on that. But the original estimated delivery date from what the Tesla guy told me was October 29th to the 31st is what he was hoping for, what he was expecting. And that was after making the initial deposit on October 22nd. This is all 2018. So I was really excited about the whole process. In this video, I'm gonna kind of go through the whole process. I'm hopefully going to have us like going up to New York, like flying up to New York, the whole process, and then I probably won't include the trip back. I'll probably do a separate series for that because this is going to be for the Tesla Life with Chris Hughes YouTube channel. But I do just want to share that with you. If you have questions about any of this stuff, please don't hesitate to ask. Let me know in the comments down below if you have questions, and if I know the answer, I can give you the answer, and if I don't know the answer, I'll hopefully be able to redirect you to someone who can answer them better than I can. So I look forward to sharing this journey with you. Okay, so this is an update on the CPO process for buying the Tesla. Today is November 9th, 2018. Yesterday we actually flew up from St. Pete, Florida up to Newburgh, New York, and we pick up the car today down in Mount Kisco, so we have to take like an Uber or Lyft down there to pick it up. But I just wanted to keep this as part of the documentation process. So a little over 2 weeks, so the 22nd, let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, so 18 days later, we're actually picking up the car. So it's a lot quicker than the horror stories of people having to wait 6 months to pick up their car. Okay, so we're at the Tesla dealer, or the pickup location. I'll probably go in here. Okay, so we got the actual walk around. God. Okay, so it's our first charging experience. We're at a Wawa in somewhere in New Jersey. I get a view. So it's been raining pretty heavily, so we had to stop and recharge. I'm not sure what all that means, but I wanted to document this since it's the first one. And of course, Wawa, my favorite gas station, is the one who has the superchargers. Okay, so I wanted to actually document more of the CPO process, where when we picked up the car, we got taken to another garage where it was actually being stored, and then when we got there they told us we had to go back to the service center because there's something wrong with, they replaced the charge port. So what ended up having to happen is they, you know, clicked a couple buttons and fixed the charge port to make sure it worked, and then we ended up having to get another fob because the one, they only gave us one and then all the paperwork they said that we were supposed to get two. So that's one thing to look out for, because that's like a $500 thing, is each of those fobs is worth about that. So when you're doing a CPO process, make sure that you get two of them, because that's what you're promised in the thing. One issue that we came up with when we first left about 30 miles into our drive, we had an error with low tire pressure, and there was a little error on the left side, and all of them were at 40 or 41 PSI, and we had to stop and like look to see what the appropriate number was. And on the driver's side door on the inside, I'd open it but it's raining out, there's a little chart thing that says what the recommended number is, and for the one that we got was 45. So we're gonna have to put some more air in it. But I was a little worried because it's the first time we were owning a Tesla, and I wanted to make sure everything was working properly. And also, something strange, when I took a call, I called my mom and dad to tell them we got the car, and then when I tried hanging up on the phone, I was clicking like the button on the steering wheel to end the call and nothing was happening, and it said we were still on, even though on the phone it turned off. And then the touchscreen actually froze, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. We kept trying to touch things to make sure we knew we were going in the right direction and all that, and then it just kind of shut off and reset. But once that happened, it started working again, so I'm not sure if that's a normal issue, if that's just like a one-time thing that happened. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I just wanted to document that. I bought a Tesla.